undefined racial slur.
Oh my God! You people are so bunch of freaking morons. Knock it off! It's not gonna happen.
I have to tell you, since we've been covering this story, I'm really tired of it.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. So stop it already.
The NFL and this Indian nation, this Indian company, they need to just stop right now, because Daniel Snyder said a few days ago, he goes, you know what? I don't want to change the name. I want to keep it as Washington Redskins. I'm fine with the name called Redskins. What else are you going to call them? What's another nickname and another mascot that you call them? I know you've said scammers, but that was funny though too, Jeff. But what else can you come up with? That's the whole principle of the thing.
Hey, really quick. Who's your coach of the year right now at the halfway point?
Right now I'm going to say in the NFL, I'm going to go with Andy Reid.
You're a good man, dude.
Andy Reid, after all he went through.
You're a good man.
Yeah, after all he went through in Philadelphia, getting fired, people didn't even know how well his first season would go in Kansas City. But
yeah, Sean, I agree with you 100%, my friend.
And now he goes into Kansas City and he turns them around, and I can't wait for a few weeks when Denver plays against Kansas City. That is going to be interesting in the first meeting in Denver. The Broncos know very well that game's not going to be easy, because the Chiefs, I heard some things too, that the Kansas City Chiefs secondary is very tough.
Yeah, Kansas City defense is really tough, man. It's really tough. They got one more game to play. They play this week, and then next week they get their bye, and then they got the 3-week hell coming up. Denver, Chargers, Denver. 3 weeks of hell coming up for them. They can get past that 3 weeks, and we'll see what they look like on the other side. Then we can talk about them. They could actually be 9-0 going into Denver in Week 11. How crazy is that, dude?
Well, yeah, and you got to think about it too. That
he's doing a great job over there. I spoke to one of my buddies over there this morning. Oh, not this morning. Actually, it was this morning. It was before I went to bed. I spoke to him, and he lives out there. He used to come on my show out there when I lived out there, and I spoke to him. I said, "What's the feeling like?" And asked him and all that stuff. He says, "This place is going crazy." He says, I've never heard Arrowhead Stadium this loud before, and I've been covering them for 20 years.
Well, Jeff, you have to think about it too. The Chiefs know very, very well that when the moves came that Garcia went there and Andy Reid went there, immediately they started selling out games, because they really felt maybe this is the year that the Chiefs could go from worst to first right now and be the surprise team. And right now they're shocking the whole NFL world with the way they're playing.
Who's Garcia?
Can they go all the way and win it? That's debatable.
Who's Garcia?
Jeff Garcia?
He's not on that team. He's not the quarterback. Alex Smith is the quarterback.
I was going to rephrase it. I remember it was Alex Smith.
So Alex Smith is the quarterback. Yeah.
Alex Smith has done outstanding, and one of the big reasons, a lot of the games the Chiefs have won have been close, but the reason why they're doing it is because of their defense. And there is an old saying that continues today, Jeff, that defense wins games.
Yeah, and they got a really good defense, and Alex Smith is not causing them to lose games, and that's all that really matters. That's all that matters. He's not losing games for me. You know what? That's all that matters.
Because I can remember you lived in Missouri for a while. I lived in Kansas for a couple of years, and I can tell you the Chiefs were huge where we lived. But, of course, then they were saying that they weren't going to be good again. And I said, well, you have to understand, it's rebuilding, And I said, eventually they're going to get good. And remember, the last time the Chiefs were 8-0 was 2003.
Well, it's going to be interesting. It's
going to be fun to watch. That was when Dick Vermeil was head coach.
It's going to be awful fun to watch. I can't wait, because I lived out there. I became a fan. I got to hang out in Arrowhead a lot and talk to the players a lot. So I have a little connection. Just a little connection, and I'm looking at my Kansas City Royals press pass that I used to have when I lived in Kansas City. I'm looking at that. I have that up on my wall. I'm looking at that, and I don't have my football one, but I got my baseball one up here. So
And
it
here's
was
the
a lot of
thing,
fun when I
too.
lived out there.
Kansas City will go into Buffalo and win.
Yeah.
But I really think that what's going to tell this whole AFC West division, the 2 games they play against Denver, because they're at Denver November 17th, at home against San Diego, and then they host Denver December 1st. Those 2 games when they play Denver will tell the AFC West, because right now the Chiefs have a 1-game lead, and it's going to be very interesting to see how well they do. For Denver, I'm just kind of looking at their schedule real quickly. They have, of course, the bye this week, and then they go at San Diego, and then, of course, they got Kansas. They got a tough schedule when you look at it. San Diego, they're at home against Kansas City, at New England, at Kansas City, and then at home against Tennessee. So Denver, even though they got a bye, they are going to have a tough schedule coming up after the bye.
Yeah, they got a tough schedule coming up. The back end of Kansas City's schedule is pretty tough. Especially week 11, 12, and 13. They Denver, Chargers, and Denver. So, in the back end is pretty tough. I don't know what the Chargers schedule is. I haven't looked at it lately. But you know what? We'll have to take care of that tomorrow, because guess what? Time is up.
It is.
It's a pretty quick show, isn't it?
A very quick show.
The fastest hour of sports talk on the internet. That's why we call it that, because that's what it is, my friends. Hey, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight here on Sports World Radio and with Sean and myself. We really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. Sean will be back on Friday. So tune in for us tomorrow. Or who knows what the heck I'm going to talk about. You never, ever know. Until then, my friends, for Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Escow. This has been Sports World Radio. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't worry.
Pretty soon?